I want to invite you to join me for a challenge. Welcome to Talking Technique, No Treble. This is Ari. In the very first episode of Talking Technique, I introduced an exercise to you that a lot of teachers regard as a very powerful one, the so-called permutation exercises. You can do them this way, you can do them that way, you can do them diagonally. I've introduced a few variations over the course of Talking Technique as well. And today, I have yet another way to step them up for you. Now you're doing your permutation exercises, right? Because they're pure gold. They're pure gold for the independence between the two hands. They're great for automation of index, middle finger alternating in your right. They're fantastic to just get used to moving all the way up and down the fretboard. You can combine them with note naming exercises. They're great to apply my pora technique for this, practicing of or using the principles of rotating attention that I like to promote. So they are so great in so many ways, and I really want to encourage you to do them. Almost every one of my practice sessions starts with some sort of variation of a perm, as I note them out in my practice book. And you can either do one for a while and stick with it until you feel like you're becoming better at it, or you can do a different one every day, which is what I like to do. Now, first of all, let's take a look at the good old regular permutation exercises. If you have my book, they're in there on page 146. And here they are. And I've also included in today's Talking Technique episode a sheet, a PDF download, and you will see the exhaustive list of permutation combinations. What are we permutating? We're using 1, 2, 3, 4 and figuring out all 24 options how we can get those fingers moving without repeating a single note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 3, and so forth. If you look at the sheet, the logic behind it will be clear very easily. One of the strengths of permutation exercises is that we're decoupling the left and the right hand. I want this to be going on completely independently from whatever my left hand does. We tend to want to sync up so that every time, like the first finger is moving on the left, also my first finger on the right wants to move. And we want to get away from that to be as automatic as possible so that we never even have to think about what finger to use next. We don't have to make a decision about that. So one great way to use permutation exercises to practice this is the following. You pick a permutation from the list. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And you can go all the way up to the 12th fret, for example. And then you turn around, but you turn around with the mirror image. So when you look at the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and you read them backwards, you get 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's how I'm going to go down. But watch what happens as I turn around. Even with this simple permutation, you're already practicing that. So right now I'm starting my group of 4 with the index. So I am. I'll keep going. I am. And now I've turned around. And because of that, when I go down, I'm still starting the group of 4 with the index, but what happens is that it feels completely different in my hand. And I really like that because that turnaround can sometimes become pretty challenging. And you want to make sure you're always alternating. So you can say I am if that helps you. Sometimes it's a mouthful to say it as we're playing and focusing on all sorts of things. So what I recommend is you say the first one of all 4. Because if you do that, then you have some sort of insurance that you're not unconsciously turning around while you're up there. And you want to start with the index, and you also want to start with middle. So this is my middle. Okay? Now, I talked about a challenge earlier. When you see that exhaustive list of permutation combinations in the top there on your PDF, you can take any of those and turn them into what I call pivot permutations. I call them pivot because what I do with them is I'll take the first number and keep repeating it. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll make it 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Okay? Instead of 2, 1, 3, 4, I'll make it 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. You get the idea. Now, step 1, you pick one of those guys. I have picked 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay? So 1, 2, 4, 3 has the mirror image 3, 4, 2, 1, because I'm going to need that to go down. Okay? 1, 2, 4, 3 and its pivot variation is 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. And I always want to alternate. 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. Move up. And so forth. Okay? Now, when I get to the top, I'm going to want to do the mirror image. The mirror image being 3, 4, 2, 1. With 3, 4, 2, 1, I'm also going to be doing my pivot trick. So 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, and then move down. I'll be demonstrating 1, 2, 4, 3. And it's mirror image 3, 4, 2, 1 from the top down. It helps to have those numbers written out in front of you. Once you get going, it's pretty easy, but when you're turning around, it's nice to see it. Have a quick memory jog if you need it. I'll be doing them at tempo 116. I'll be doing eighth notes. You might want to do them as quarter notes or half notes once you're starting out. Remember, this is the slow round, the slower challenge. I'm going to show you how to get these up to super fast tempos. That's for next time. First, you got to play them slow. Starting with index. 3, 4. Started with the index and started with the middle finger. But another great variation is to start ascending with the mirror image. So the one that we did descending earlier, I'm going to ascend now and go back down with the original permutation. So 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, going up, and 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3 coming down. So I'll be starting with the middle finger on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is part 1 of a 3-part series. And my challenge to you is to pick a permutation set and practice it with its mirror image. And next episode, I'm going to show you how to bring that specific permutation up to super high speed. And you can, I first want you to practice them slow though. So you got 2 weeks. Get it under your belt, and then we'll revisit them for the next episode. And then in the last part of this series, I'm going to show you how to use this stuff in a creative context. Pivot permutations in grooves. So that's going to be also super fun. Now, if you like doing stuff in a systematic fashion, I do a lot of that in my 20-week course. So if this appeals to you, you may want to look into it. I give a lot of thought to all these episodes. I give a lot of thought to how I put together talking technique. And if you like these series, then please check out arispaceblock.com. I have 2 people working for me that help me put this all together. And I take this very seriously. So I hope you enjoy it, and let me know how you like it in the comments. So for the challenge, step 1, pick a permutation, any of them. Step 2, create the mirror image. Just read the permutation backwards. Step 3, create the pivot permutation of the first one. And step 4, create the pivot permutation of the second one. And then you want to practice going up one way, going down the mirror image, start with the index. Going up one way, going down the mirror image, start with the middle. Then going up the mirror image, going down with the original one, starting with index, and the same, starting with middle. All right, you got your assignment. Pick a tempo that's not too super fast. I definitely want you to practice them really slow. So tempo 100, make it at least quarter notes, okay? If not half notes. And alternate. All right, so I'll see you in 2 weeks, and then we'll bring this up to speed. And you'll be surprised what tricks you can use to bring your playing in general up to speed. But in particular, we're going to be looking at those pivot permutations. Cheers. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.